Yeah, starting off the WNIT with 2 wins against Big East teams was great. Butler presented some real challenges with their post game, a couple outstanding post players. Then you turn around and have to go against Creighton, a little bit more perimeter orientated, so it was 2 different styles, but really pleased with how we played defensively. We held 2 good offensive teams in check. Offensively, we played just well enough. It seemed like when we needed a big shot, we would get it from Megan at the 3-point line, or Gabby going to the basket, or Steph getting to the basket. You know, we just hit big shots. So moving forward, we need to continue to defend, but we're going to have to shoot the ball a little bit better offensively, probably get a little bit better shots, a little more rhythm on that end.
We just have been like trying to, put it all together, make 40 minutes, play 40 minutes hard, solid defense, solid offense. We started out pretty well in the Butler game. We had some fire and some passion. And Creighton game, we didn't start off so well, but we turned it around. And I think the more this Minnesota game, we'll start off strong and we'll complete it strong.
Both teams were really tough. They are very physical teams. We just came out, knew it was going to be a do or die kind of thing. We knew that we had to win in order to keep going. So that's what we did. We put in a lot of effort during practice, and it definitely showed during the game.
It's been really fun to continue our season. We're just taking advantage of the opportunity that we were given in the WNIT, and it's been a lot of fun to just play at home in Frost Arena and to get our fans back together again.
I think, we've really tightened up our defense the last couple of games. With the steals and the stops that players are getting, it really creates momentum for our offense. Gabby gets those picks off of their point guards, and that gets us a lot of momentum and into our offense. And I think the better we play defense, the more we see it, the fans see it, and how it affects our offense.
Yeah, the defense was great. Not only was it solid, but it was also disruptive. We forced some turnovers, not a ton, but enough turnovers where we could get some transition. Transition baskets this time of year are really important for us because it's just our best way for us to score. We rebounded, so we didn't give a lot of second chance points. We just did everything we needed to on that defensive end. Yeah, just a lot of pressure goes into those games, good pressure. We have to execute at big moments. We have to make free throws at big moments. You have to handle presses, end of the game situations at big moments. And knowing the whole time that if you don't execute, there's a good chance your season's going to be done. So every time you win in the postseason, you can kind of gather a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum going into the next game. But Minnesota presents a lot of challenges here on Thursday. That's a tough opponent, as they all will be here as we go forward.
Oh yeah, it's always been a, hometown college. I used to go to camps there when I was younger, and I played with about 5 or 6 of the girls that are on the team now, so it's just really great competition coming up this next Thursday.
Being from Minnesota, I played against a lot of their players. Some, Michaela Bailey was in my conference, Rachel Bannum, Sari Noga, and Kayla Hurt, played against them growing up, and a lot of girls on our team have actually played with them or played against them, so it's going to be a fun game.
I think Rachel Bannum is a big part of their team. She can score willingly, and they've got a big post, and they're very finesse style team, and I think we can play solid defense and beat them. So.
Yeah, I was a big Gopher fan growing up. Going to the games, watching them on TV, and I was recruited by them a bit, and it's just going to be fun to have them in Frost Arena and to play them on our home court.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of Minnesota on film, and also just familiar with their personnel. We watched these players growing up when they were in Minnesota. A lot of their players know our players, so there's a lot of friends and relationships there. So there are not going to be a lot of surprises by any team. But Rachel Bannum's one of the best point guards in America, not just in the Big Ten. She's phenomenal. She's the kind of player that can win games, on her own. But then around her, they've got a great supporting cast, great post game, good perimeter shooters. They play really hard. They defend. They're just going to be a handful for us. You're talking about having 30-some teams left in the country playing. That's pretty remarkable this time of year to be one of those teams. You don't get here by accident or fall into it. You have to work to earn it. So I'm real pleased with where we're at. Thursday will be a tough one for us because of how good Minnesota is, but that's another chance to whittle down that final pool of teams still playing. Our team will be hungry and they'll be ready to go.
It's definitely a new thing for us. We want to do something that has never been done in the program. Considering it's not the NCAA, but it's still postseason. We're still playing, we're still winning and stuff, and that's what we want to do. We want to keep going as far as we can and as long as we can. It brings a lot of intensity. This could be my last game of my junior year. And I want it I want it to be a good junior year for me, you know, and so it's just that mindset where you need to be aggressive all the time, you need to be intense all the time, you need to be a leader all the time, you know, just kind of having that mindset and being able to kind of just be a good leader and show the younger classmates of mine what to do, kind of thing.
Yeah, no matter what happens here as we go forward, we've got to build on this experience. Our team has to understand what it takes to win in the postseason, get to a postseason, the consistency you got to have, the determination you have to have, execution, all of those things. So everything we do from this point on is going to help us be a better team going.
Yeah, it's definitely momentum. You know, we're losing 3 great players. You know, Steph, Tara, and Hannah. They're really great players, but we have great younger players too. We have good players coming in next year that this experience will definitely help us next year and the coming years.
Yeah, you know, it's just a really good experience to get some wins in the postseason. It's definitely going to help us and really fuel our fire for next year as well.
You know, the WNIT has been a great opportunity for us to build momentum into next season. You know, losing the Summit League, it teaches us that, you know, the more preseason games we can win, the better off we'll be when it comes to the NCAA tournament, whether that's winning the Summit League tournament or getting an at-large bid. And, you know, just building this momentum by winning 2 games of the WNIT is, you know, going to help us next year into, you know, thinking about postseason play.
Yeah, it's definitely momentum. You know, we're losing 3 great players. You know, Steph, Tara, and Hannah. They're really great players, but we have great younger players too. We have good players coming in next year that this experience will definitely help us next year and the coming years.
Yeah, it's a great experience, and our team's been talking about that. You know, we want to leave a legacy on this program, and that can be done, but because no one has ever won 3 postseason games and being a Jackrabbit.
Yeah, Frost Arena is a great atmosphere. You know, I think people always want it to be more. You know, we've had some of the old days where you get 5,000–6,000 people and people are disappointed, but if you look at where we're at and where we draw compared to 90% of the teams in the country, every one of them would switch places with us in a hurry. So I really feel good about where our crowd's at. I'm really pleased that we get a chance to show another game to them and show a team like Minnesota to our fans, because, you know, they're smart fans. They enjoy the game and they're going to see 2 good teams hopefully playing well.
It feels incredible. It is so, it's kind of, you can't explain it. It's just so much energy, and I mean, they're all rooting for you, you know, like they all want you to do well. And when we get a dry spell, you know, we're not doing anything, and then all of a sudden the crowd gets into it, it's just uplifting, you know, like, yeah, well, like people believe in us and we can actually do this type of thing.
Playing in Frost is absolutely amazing because of our fans. You know, like, that's one of the big reasons that people come to play here is, you know, we have just got an awesome support system no matter where we are. It doesn't matter if we're in Washington, D.C. or here home in Frost.
It's fun, and I hope the Jackrabbit fans are, you know, excited for that as well, and I hope this place is packed because, you know, teams struggle when Frost is packed. It's a great environment.